boys and girls. How are you doing? It's another math lesson. Are you ready for that? I know you are. So today we're going to continue with addition. We're adding 2, 5. All right. So get your paper out, please. And if you have any counters, you can get those as well. And we're going to be counting on our chart today. I'll share that with you and skip count by fives and by tens today. All right. So I hope you enjoy this lesson, and we are going to begin. Before we do our paper, I'm going to add for you. So I have my connecting cubes today, but you could use anything you want from home, okay? So I have 2 connecting cubes, and they are green, and we're going to count 1, 2, and, right? Do you remember that we talked about what the symbol of the plus sign means? It means and, right? And then when you have an equal sign, the 2 lines, one on top of the other, it means what? Is. So when you're adding, you're saying 2, right? And or plus 1 more is, that means it equals all together. How many? 1, 2, 3. You got it. Now I have 3 here, right? And now I'm going to add 2 more. So I'm going to add 3 and 2 more. So we're putting 2, we're going to add it. All right, boys and girls, I'm putting them on there. So now we have 3 green ones plus 2 red ones. How many connecting cubes are there all together? So 3 and 2 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got it. Very good, boys and girls. Remember, you can add with anything you have at home. And you can also use your whiteboard to write number problems, all right? So number sentences is like when you write 2 numbers, put the plus sign in between with the equal, and then next to the equal sign at the end is how much you have all together, all right? We'll work on a few of them today. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to start skip counting by fives, all right? Here we go. Okay. And I'm hoping you're having a wonderful morning. I'm having a wonderful morning right now because I'm teaching you. And that is really important that we keep learning, right, boys and girls? Okay, so right now we are going to look at the chart. Remember the chart? And we are going to skip by fives. We're going to skip count by fives. Let me bring it over here a little bit. There it is. I'm going to get there we go. All right, so we're going to skip by fives, and I'll circle them. And the first one is, so that means you're starting with the 5. So I'm going to start here. 5, count with me. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Did you count with me? Great job, boys and girls. Now, can you tell, what is the pattern that you see here? Remember, we've talked about there's a pattern if you're counting by fives. You can tell that in this column, all of those numbers end with a 5. And in this column, all of those numbers end in 0, right? I think you remember that from the last lesson. Now, boys and girls, we're going to go on to the paper, and I'm going to show you again. We're just going to look at this number line right here. Now, this number line, right, we're going to count, and I'm going to write a number sentence. So we're going to add, let's add what we added earlier. We're going to add 2, or we add 2 plus 3 equals, right? Remember, that's a number sentence. So we're going to work on that. We'll use our number line to work out that problem, okay? We'll use 2 different methods so we can get the answer, all right? We'll use the number line first. So what number is this, boys and girls? 2, right? So that means that you're going to start on the number 2. You're not going to count 2. You're going to start there, right? 2. And then you're going to add 3 more. So you're going to jump 3 times, all right? So I'm going to jump 1, 2, 3. What number did you land on? Did you see that I landed on 5? Yes, you're right. So 2 plus 3 more is 5. Good job, boys and girls. Another way that we can do it is by using the connecting cubes that I used. Or you can also just in your mind, or you could draw 2 circles here, right? We're going to draw 2 circles there. And then you're going to add 3 more. So altogether is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's how you got your answer, 5, right? 2 and 3 more is 5. Good job, guys. So now let's take a look at our paper. These are, oh, look, these are safari things, right? These are articles that you would wear in a safari when you go and you look for tigers, or you look out for bears, right? And you use your binoculars, and you have to have a safari hat because it's so hot out there. You need to cover your eyes from the heat, right? And your head. So let's take a look at these articles. Okay, the first one is done for you, but the directions say complete each addition problem. So you know how to do that. We'll do this together, and then we'll move on to the back, all right? So let's begin with the first problem. And this number problem is actually starting from the top and going down. Now, the problem that I showed you up here was horizontally, right? So horizontally means that you're remembering that when you have the ocean and the sun coming out, it's called the horizon. So horizontal means you're looking over the horizon. Horizontal is this way, boys and girls. Now, the problems that we're working on today is you're working on them the same way, except look, one number is on top of the other. So it's going down vertically, all right? So the 3 that you're gonna add is here. We're gonna trace it. And here is the hat. See here the hats? 1, 2, 3. So that's 3. And look at the difference between the horizontal problem and the vertical problem. The plus is between, see, between the 2 numbers. And over here, the plus is over here next to the bottom number. So 3 plus 1, right? So you're adding the 3 hats plus the 1 hat. All together is 4. Now remember, the plus sign is going to be right on the left side of the bottom number that you're adding. We're going to do more problems so you understand it, all right? So here we go. We're going to work on problem 2, and we'll do this slowly so you understand, okay? So don't worry, we'll get this. It looks like there are, let's see, what are these? It looks like are they maps, or we'll figure out what that is. Let's count them, all right? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4, right? 4. So you put a 4 there, right? And then you're going to add 2 more. 2 more, because look, there's 1, 2, right? Do you see that? So first it was 4 at the top, and then there are 2 more on the bottom, and these are maps. They do look like maps. So we're writing a 2 here. So now you're ready to add. Now, see where the addition number is? That plus sign is right on the left side of the bottom number. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So boys and girls, how many are there all together? 6. Now remember, again, look at the difference. Horizontally, the answer is right beside on the right side of the equal sign, right? But look where you put your answer when you're doing this, when you're working out the problem horizontally. The answer will be below the bottom line, you see? Below. So that line right here is kind of like an equal symbol. So you're writing the answer below the bottom line. That's very important that you know that, boys and girls. So let's go ahead and go to number 3. So this one's easy peasy. You probably already did this one by yourself. One binocular, right? Remember what binoculars are used for? To see from far away. You're bringing in the image, right? You're bringing whatever you're looking at, you're bringing closer. It has a very special lens, boys and girls. So you have one binocular here and one here. And then look here, boys and girls, what we have. We have a plus sign right there beside it. And then equals, that would be, it's almost like equals. And then what is 1 plus 1? Oh, you knew that quickly. It's a 2, right? Be careful with the 2. It's tricky because you tend to make that number backwards. All of these numbers are tricky, but it's go up, slant down, and walk to the right, okay? And now let's go to number 4. And this is, it seems like this is kind of like a compass, right? It's telling you where you are. And that's very important to have when you go on safari, because you can look at it and it tells you where you are, right? East, west, north, south. So it's a compass. And what we're going to do is we're going to count how many there are. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many? 5. So you're going to write a 5. You're walking to the left, down, and then around. Number 5. And how many compass are there on the bottom? 0. So you're writing a 0. The 0 is kind of like an oval. Now remember, a 0 is a number, okay? It means nothing, but you still are writing it. Even when you don't see anything right here in this area, you still have to fill in that space. So if there's nothing there, what is the number that represents nothing? 0. So that's what you need to write. So when you're ready to add, you're saying 5 and 0. How many are there all together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to add 0. So how many do I have left? 5, right? That would be easy peasy. Whatever you start off with plus nothing more is going to give you whatever you start off with, okay? So in this case, it's 5. So we're writing walking to the left, down, and then around. Okay, we finished. I hope you followed along. Now we're going to flippity floppity our paper, and this paper is going to be super easy. What we can do is we'll work on the math problems, and then you could color. When you click off the video, you can color slowly. So you're still just going to need your pencil, and then later when we're done with the video, then you can go ahead and color the rest by yourself, okay? So you're gonna need a brown crayon, okay? And it looks like you're gonna need like a dark brown and a light brown. So if you don't have a dark brown and a light brown, you could just use you just press harder with your crayon to make it darker, and then softer, just press lighter, okay, to make it 2 shades of brown. And then you need a blue, any shade of blue is fine, and you need a dark green and a lighter green, and you're doing the same thing, just push down more to make it darker if you don't have a lighter green, okay, or 2 different shades of green. You got it. All right, so if you can tell here, it's a key. Remember, we've talked about keys, a color key, many times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 1 is the dark brown, 2 is the light brown, 3 is the blue, 4 is the dark green, and 5 will be the lighter green. So what you need to do is once we get the answer, to these problems, that's how you're going to refer to the color key. All right, so I'll give you an example and then you could do the rest. So we're going to do the problems, like I said, together, and then later on you can color the paper by yourself. All right, so here we go. Let's start with the tree at the top. 2 plus 3. So I'm going to show you because I'm going to put my fingers up, and that will be the easiest way that we could work on this quickly, and you see how we add, okay? So remember, when you're adding, your answer is going to be more than the numbers that you're adding. So 2 plus 3, 1, 2, 3 equals how many? Yes, 5. So we're going to write a 5 here. 2 plus 3 equals 5. Now let's go to the sky, okay? This one right here, this one, okay? Let's go 2 and 1 more, right? 2 plus 1 equals, how many fingers do I have up? 3. Good job. So you could use your fingers and it will be very easy. Now, do not do this because some of you may want to do this. 2 and 1 more is, you have to add. So you have to keep your fingers up. You have to say 2 and 1 more. Okay? Don't bring the other ones down. Now let's go to the trees. You see the trees, the bushes? 2 and 2 more equal how many? 4. Very good. So we're going to put a 4 right here. Okay, equals 4. And what you can do is, if you don't want to write it on the tree trunk, what we can do is we can just write a 4 small right here, just so you can go back and look at that number. But of course, you know, if you were really writing the answer, you would go equal and then 4, right, by the tree. But we're not going to do that. So let's go to the other bush. 1, right? 1 plus 3. 1, okay, and then 3 more. 1, 2, 3. 1 plus 3 equals 4. Very good. You got it. So this is a 4, so that means that the 2 bushes would be green, the dark green. We'll get to that later. Now let's go to the tree. Let's go in front of the bear's face, not the bear's face, but in front. 0 plus 2. So remember, 0 is a number. 0 and 2 more equals 2. So here we can just put 2. That will be the answer for that. And now look at the bear. The bear has the same number sentences. 0 plus 1 is 1. And look at the body. 0 plus 1 is 1. You got it. So easy peasy, right? So go ahead and finish this paper. You're going to add the rest of them by yourself and then color them. If you want to, for example, go to the tree and say 1 plus 0 is 1, and you look up on the key right away and you know that that's the answer, then you go ahead and color it brown. Any way that you solve the problem first, and if you want to write it or just color as you know the answer, it's up to you. You can do this paper on your own, and make sure you do your best and do it slowly. You have all day, and that way you're going to be proud at the end when you're all done coloring the sheet. You're going to be so proud of yourself. So I would like for you to send me a picture of your coloring sheet. So I hope you do that, and I would like to see how nicely you worked on it. All right? So I hope you liked the lesson, and I hope you have fun coloring your sheet. All right? Love you, miss you, and we'll see each other again soon. Bye-bye.